think the obvious answer would be Richard Branson, but for me, I admire anyone who's got the passion and the dedication to start up their own business. I think they've all got a great story to tell, and it doesn't matter whether they end up being a sole trader for the whole life of the business or whether they end up employing 100 or 200 people. I like to speak to every single one of these people, and these are the people that day in and day out come to our courses, and I just love to learn from them and hear what they have to say. Biggest piece of advice would be to get lots of advice, and that can be from any source. Often some of the best sources are people who have been there and done that, so speak to other business owners, whether they run big businesses or small businesses, it doesn't matter. Hear what they have to say, learn from their mistakes, and also learn what worked really well from them. I think it's really important when you're starting a new business to be honest with yourself about where your developmental areas lie, where your strengths and weaknesses lie, and not to bury your head in the sand. So if, for example, that you know you're not very talented when it comes to bookkeeping, or you haven't got a real passion for admin, don't shy away from it. Get training, or if you've got friends and family who can help you, do that. If none of those are applicable to you, then perhaps put some money aside in your budget to make sure that these areas are being addressed. I think that's the biggest thing, is to make sure that the areas that you're not strong in are being addressed. Absolutely not. Social media is really, really important for any business these days, and it doesn't matter what size you are. It's the new word of mouth, and if you're not doing it, your competition will be. I don't think any business, whether they're a new startup or they've been running 20 years, should ever underestimate the importance of speaking to your customers, and that's what social media is. When I'm not working and when I'm not training, I like to be active. Last year I trained and competed in several triathlons, really enjoyed that. I also like to work on the allotment. I've had my allotment now for a couple of years. This year's been a bit dire, but I've been busy working out what to grow and what not to grow. I like going to the theatre, and I like going to the cinema as well, but my biggest passion has to be travelling. I've done a lot of travelling and I've already got a lot of trips planned for next year. I think it's really important to have a work-life balance, and it's easier said than done. For me, I like to work hard and play hard. When I'm not working, I like to be travelling. It's one of my biggest passions. And when I'm not travelling, I like quality time at home with my cats, Freddie and Monty, who are named after my cricketing heroes.